Welcome to another episode of the Guerrilla Press. We are the Wrestling Dorks. I am John, joined, as always, to my left by the talker of talking, Sam. Welcome back to the show, sir.
It is a pleasure to be here.
But you're always so excited. Why are you never... You need to be, like, more jacked up.
It's 10:30. I told you.
Oh, my God.
I'd probably be asleep right now.
An old man. Holy shit.
Goes fast, you know?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, time does go by. I gotta tell you, I don't think I got to tell you this. I was working valet, because, you know, I have two jobs. And there was a kid there that just started, and he's, like, 19, 20. And he's all talking about, you know, all this stuff he's gonna do when he gets out of college. And I just want to, like, put my hand on his shoulder and be like, you're not going to do any of it, son. Like, I just want to, like, tell him how the real world is. Like, I really feel like...
You're going to try and dash his dreams?
I feel like if dreams were dashed early, people would be less depressed at 38. Do you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't have such high, lofty expectations. Do you know what I mean? Like, doesn't that make sense to you? I mean, he seemed like
What did he say he wanted to do?
Well, he just... in talking to him, it was apparent that he thinks he's going to get out of school and have a job and like an apartment and just like that. You know what I mean?
What does he want to do?
Engineering.
So he probably could.
There's a chance, but I'm just saying, like, it's not that. It's not.
Maybe he'll be in Space Force.
But that wasn't the point. It wasn't not whether he could or likely. It was that it was almost like he expected it. Mm-hmm. And I think
Sounds
that
driven. He'll probably succeed.
And you are killing me. You're not picking up what I'm throwing down.
I am. I'm saying.
Don't you
this
feel
guy's
like
got a good head on his shoulders? Probably.
Is that a generational thing, or do you just think that it's all young kids? Just did we feel that way? You know what I mean? Like, I was a different story because I was an art student. I knew I was going nowhere. I knew that had no.
Yeah, if this kid's an engineer, I mean.
Okay. Can we pretend? I shouldn't have told you he was an engineer. That's not the point. Because I've had conversations. No,
fat and worked in fast food.
I've had other conversations.
Is he fat?
Because no, he's not actually.
Okay, he's got a shot.
I've also had interns at my full-time job shadow me, and it's just the air of, it's not even arrogance, but it's just they expect shit's going to be there when they are ready for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that was us at that age?
Or is that probably me even a few years back when I started at a certain place. I'm like, boy, this is a really good opportunity. I'm going to come in. I'm going to, try my best and do really hard, and good things are going to happen.
I guess I could just be, honestly, God, I could just
be
jaded.
And now we realize that most of these places you go to, you're just going to, get fucked.
Yeah,
now, granted,
I guess that's what I was getting at.
It's probably different.
Right.
There's not as much, bureaucracy, I'll say.
Yeah,
maybe.
true.
And it's not like you're going to walk in there and you're going to be the best damn engineer. They're going to make you do everybody else's work and fuck you in the ass,
I guess that's true. I just wasn't sure if it was a youth thing or if it was just, I don't know. I definitely feel like I'm jaded because I feel like nothing good ever happens to us except on this podcast, we have a loyal following, and we're very happy to have you listening. By the way, this is a wrestling podcast, not a life.
Yes, and remind them how to listen to us moving forward.
Well, you're down to your last week. If you're still listening to us on the Tapped Out feed, you're going to lose us in a week
and
or so.
And you're going to be sad and depressed like our opening.
Think how sad you're going to be on Thursday when you can't listen to the Dorks. So please, if you're listening to us on the old feed, what do I always say, Sam? Hit the back button, search the Guerrilla Press, and just resubscribe. We're on all the same formats. So, and while you're doing that, one of the notes that I wrote down, while you're listening to us on the new feed now, go in and do the rate and review. Give us a 5-star, or give Sam a 1-star. Clearly, I'm a 5-star because I'm a professional broadcaster. But we need ratings and reviews so that we look more legitimate. So if you're listening to us out there, you are listening to us out there. I fell into your trap. Mm-hmm. Go on and please.
And be honest, give us 3. Give us 2.
Yeah,
give us 0.
Ooh, I got my refund on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Yes! I ordered a part for my car, and it was the wrong fucking part because I'm an idiot and don't read correctly.
I thought you knew cars.
I do.
I do.
I
feel fun no cars.
But I ordered the part, it came, and the adapter was the wrong size. Yeah. So I had refund it, but I didn't have enough money in my bank account to order the second part
before you got the first one. Yeah.
So now the refund's here. So now I can get my part.
What is it?
It's a airflow sensor.
Okay.
Yeah, So I have to like dig around in the engine and rip out the old one.
Fake things.
It's a bullshit thing that makes the check engine light come on.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
So I haven't passed inspection. I'm still out of inspection since January, ladies and gentlemen. Trying for the world record.
Take it to a sticker place.
I should just take it to Maryland where they don't even do fucking inspections.
Just move your residence there.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wrestling podcast.
And it's a go-home show for SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it is a big deal.
We're coming off one of the best Raws in months.
Absolutely. And, to celebrate that, we have our third wrestling dork here with us today. We don't want to act like she's not here. JLucky.
You have to act like that. I don't have to.
That's true. Well, welcome to the show for the big SummerSlam preview show. You're going to help us make picks and come up with punishments and answer some mail tonight. So welcome.
What kind of mail?
The fan mail.
Oh. Yeah, not like mail.
Not like my bills that are stacked up over there.
Question.
Well, we'll see. I have some mail in the inbox, and we're just going to randomly pull some out tonight and see what happens. So
randomly pull some mails.
We're going to pull some mails. That's up to you, JLucky, to pull some mails.
You sure you don't want to pull some mails?
I'm pretty sure I don't want to pull some mails. Although, I'll tell you what, I think Sam wanted
if I have to.
He wanted to pull some mails when he was watching that Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman segment on Raw the other night. You were pretty excited, weren't you?
Why wouldn't I be? These are the two men that are believable on Raw. Brock's believable that he's going to kick your ass, and Paul Heyman can make you believe whatever he wants. That was... God, he had you eating out of the palm of his hand when he started speaking.
You were texting me like,
"Oh my god!" Samoan,
yeah,
and that was he like. And the fucking guy speaks Samoan. First of all, and he tweeted today in Samoan.
Did he?
A long tweet to the Usos in Samoan, and then. But the last time when he said that, I was like, "This motherfucker is so good." It didn't make any sense in the fact that he was teasing. I didn't like because I thought originally it was going to end, with him just leaving the contract in his hands, and that was like the
that would have been pretty good cliffhanger.
But then I was like, I don't like it. If they were going to do that, I wanted it to be like not mentioned. So I mean, I guess this all still could be a Heyman setup.
Yeah, a true double cross
mastermind. But that was great. I saw him take the thing out and palm it in his hand.
I said it to her too. I was like, he's holding something.
I didn't know what it was, and then when he did it, I was so happy. And here's what I was saying to myself in my head as a wrestling podcaster at the end of last night's Raw episode. So earlier in the evening, you had your number one babyface, Roman Reigns.
Correct.
And the fans are chanting one more time after a dastardly deed by Heyman. Dastardly deed, by the way.
Thank you.
I got
Thank
that
you.
in for you.
Nice.
By Heyman and Lesnar. He's the number one when he's not even a top 3 right now.
No.
Babyface on.
No.
It is. I don't care what any of these motherfuckers say. It is absolutely absurd that he's being pushed as the top babyface.
Yeah, it's great. Your top babyface should have unanimous cheers.
It doesn't be unanimous. But
I'm not saying a total, but...
Yeah, give me 80-20 even, 70-30. So last night, Strowman... why I'm saying he's not top 3. You have Strowman, you have Rollins, and now last night you had a returning Dean Ambrose, which we'll talk about then.
Right.
To me, those all are way more popular than Roman Reigns.
So now is that... But that's for like the hardcore fans. The casual fan still wants Roman to go in there and kick Brock's ass, don't you think?
I don't think so.
Casual fan.
He got cheers last night. I heard them Monday night or whatever.
From women that want to sleep with him, yeah. So,
as a woman who wants to sleep with him.
Because I even said to you, wow, he's getting, a lot of people are cheering for him, not as many boos as he, like, there was a boo to cheer ratio. Like, he was definitely getting cheered way more than
oh my god, you have ears?
I do have ears.
The man was beaten heinously. One more time. Time.
Well, the thing on the internet is people are saying that this is the most Roman has been over since he's been pushed as the number one guy.
Did you hear Braun Strowman's reaction last night?
But we're comparing now.
In a minor angle.
We're not comparing Roman to Braun. We're comparing Roman to past Roman.
Maybe if you're Vince McMahon and you're 70-some years old and you're out of touch.
But that's what I'm saying. So, in other words, is this plan working? Because he's more over than he ever has been. Not comparing him to Hulk Hogan and Braun Strowman and all that other guys.
Wait, now we're talking again about Hulk Hogan and Braun Strowman. They're not even on the same level.
I'm just...
But last night, if you watch the show, the people that got the best reaction, Seth Rollins gets a better reaction, Braun Strowman gets a way better reaction, and Braun Strowman's involved, in a second or third tier from the top feud right now. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. I think if this was Braun Strowman in Roman Reigns' role, people would have been going nuts for Braun Strowman. I mean, nuts.
No, I again, I agree with you, but I think that I'm seeing what WWE has done here. They've made it that
Vince.
Right. They've made it that now it's not necessarily people want it, but they're okay if Roman wins now at SummerSlam.
Well, only because people were upset that, Brock hasn't been around,
Right.
and he's never going to be
Again,
around.
but they've done that.
Right.
They've done a good job.
Brock's done that. Paul Heyman's done that. And you have Paul Heyman working his ass off, and you have the fact that you have a legit killing machine in Brock Lesnar. That helps.
Well, yeah, none of this has been of Roman's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's bringing more fans.
He can't draw sympathy. He's incapable of getting sympathy from anybody.
Nope.
By the way, Brock is looked a lot leaner. A lot
I thought
smaller.
that too, yeah.
He must be off the juice.
Yeah, well, he had to
He has
enter the
be.
doping, yeah.
He has to be because of UFC, but yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'm looking forward to his fight against Daniel Cormier.
Yeah. Well, it was definite jab when they said that he's the worst champion of all time. Did you see
thought it
that
was so
Dana White
stupid.
then responded today with an LOL or something like that?
He LOL'd at Roman Reigns' comment about your head up Dana White's ass or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I had to laugh when Kurt Angle though goes, "He's the worst champion of all time." The worst champion of all time that now has a 500-day reign.
Yeah.
Like, you realize how ridiculous this sounds. Like, this is how hard they are. They've never said stuff like that in a million years about a champion.
Yep.
And they're trying so hard to make you like Roman Reigns. They're telling you that Brock Lesnar is the worst champion of all time.
So, how many F5s does he kick out of on Sunday?
Because
that's Roman's thing.
Mad.
His thing is just kicking out of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just always been his thing.
I'd be happier if he just kicked out of 1 and won it than kicked out of 5 and won it.
Yeah.
I
Anything?
hate Brock Lesnar.
She hates Lesnar and Heyman so much. It's not even like a Roman love. I mean, she wants to sleep with him, but it's a Brock and Heyman hate. Like, what did you think when you did you think that Heyman was gonna join up with Roman in that segment?
No, I knew eventually something was going to happen.
Oh, okay. See, they had me duped. They really did.
No, I thought something was going to happen. I was waiting for it, and then when it happened, I was like, "Oh, there he is, doing Brock's dirty work because Brock sucks."
Yeah, she
And
was.
he's
She was sitting there.
He's sitting there, and he's in the back going, "Okay, go out there, spread him in the face, then I'll come out, kick his ass."
Yeah, see, she literally was saying that, and I was sitting on the couch going, "Save it for the show tomorrow night." All that hate. She definitely had some hate towards Brock and Heyman.
And when he came out, man, he looked like he meant business.
Yeah, he did.
His facial reactions, to me and what he looks like, it's just he legitimately looks like he's going to go in there and kill somebody.
Yeah,
that's why I like him.
He always says that stupid smirk before he is. He came out and he's like.
It's so
well,
great.
that's because he knew it was set up. He was the bad guy, and it was
so good.
set up for him. And
it's so good.
He's so good.
So talking about good faces,
this match might not be good.
No, it won't be. It probably won't be, but it'll be
maybe
what we've seen.
Us.
Yeah, honest to God,
us.
that Greatest Royal Rumble match was pretty good. It really was. So they surprised me then. So
that was just for Saudi Arabia, though.
Yeah, it was. It's like it didn't really
make them happy.
Yeah. So again, talking about faces, Ronda Rousey, she's got that awesome angry face. She's got the big match coming up, but we're talking about Raw, what happened on Monday night. No Natty, obviously, because of her dad passing away. So now she's, got Ember Moon?
I thought you were going to start at the beginning of the show. Yeah, so the show started with Ronda, and she gave a great, it was really good.
Probably her best promo.
It wasn't a promo. That was from the heart,
yeah, true.
I think. What she was saying about being, because she had, I forget, I think her dad died when she was young, pretty sure, if I remember correctly. I remember when I was watching UFC. But anyway, she had said about, being strong and everything. And I don't know, I thought it was really good. And came off, I think that did as much for her character. Now, I wasn't a huge fan, I text you, of them going right back into the angle. But I get it. So they used Ember Moon the other night. And Ember came off looking good too.
So do you think that it's good that we haven't seen Rousey and Alexa actually do anything in the ring yet?
Yeah.
You think it's good to hold that off?
Yeah, save it for the
Because, certain feuds, they have them clash. You know what I mean? In other feuds, they just keep them apart the whole time.
Yeah, I think with Rousey, they're trying to, make you want more.
Okay, because, we've seen Brock has now destroyed Reigns a couple times.
I think they've booked Rousey as well as possible. I think she's done better and better, and I think they've booked this really well. I'm interested to see how the match goes.
Do you think it main events on Sunday? I've read rumors. No? Okay.
I don't think so.
I've read rumors that pretty much anything Rousey's involved in.
Every cut in from Raw and SmackDown last two nights have been Brock and Roman. That has.
I want it to be Brock and Roman because
it just has to.
Nothing against the women's angle, but that Universal title is supposed to be the
and it's just title. They've put the most in that feud, the most advertising into that feud. Rousey will be high up on the card. You know, she'll get good billing, but I wonder if she wins.
Yeah, that's.
Do they give you the payoff right away?
We'll see. It's going to be very. It really is shaping up, and we're going to do our preview at the end here. It's shaping up to be a really good pay-per-view. Honestly, it's going to be long as all fuck, and we're going to be tired, and we might as well call off work the next day because fuck it, we're dead. But
scheduled for 6 hours, probably go over 6 hours.
Oh, no doubt.
5 to whenever. 13 matches.
Yep, it's going to be nuts. So talking about guys that made looked a little different, Dean Ambrose. He returned Monday night. He looks a little different, a little more intense.
I'm so happy
that he's back, or that he looks different, or
he's
both.
My favorite.
Oh, so he wants to sleep with him.
So,
I'm gonna have to fight off the whole Shield.
Roman, apparently, I just want to sleep with the lunatics. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think we had this conversation before.
You're gonna have to fight Renee Young, and we'll get to her then. But,
yeah.
I'll take her.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, Ambrose back, which is great. I mean,
he looks great.
He looks good.
He
I'm hoping that this adds a little more edge to his character.
He put on a lot of muscle.
He did.
I thought so too.
Yeah, his traps look way bigger. He looks bigger. I like the haircut.
Yeah.
I do think he cost Rollins the match. I'll say that right away. I think he cost the match on Sunday.
I'm hoping that there's something happens on Sunday, or if not, maybe Rollins wins it and then Ambrose turns.
They need another heel.
They need, and especially with Brock leaving, they're going to need a top.
If he's leaving, you never know. You hear rumors that he's more than willing to come back on his limited schedule.
Yeah, that's true. I guess anybody, I'd work for millions of dollars.
Ratings.
Yeah, I mean, Vince will pay him because he knows the ratings.
I think he would work much better if he's no longer champ. Come in as a special attraction.
Yeah, do some destruction and move on. Yeah, because people wouldn't hate as much.
Right.
I wrote down what do you think the plans are for Ambrose, but you're thinking that there's going to be some kind of Rollins program. Makes the most sense, I would say.
Come back to, you didn't even check on me when I was, blah, blah, blah. I mean, maybe they won't go that way, but that's my guess.
That'd be pretty good. I mean, the only issue
that way
is
gets him out of the Ziggler feud.
Yeah, he needs to get out of that Ziggler feud.
And lets Ziggler move on and McIntyre move on to whatever they got planned for them, which is probably going to be something, bigger and better for probably at least one of them, probably McIntyre.
I hope so. That guy's he's the man.
And now they're calling him the Scottish Psychopath.
I love it. Yeah,
I like that name.
Yeah. I don't like Lunatic Fringe. I've never really liked the name. I mean, it's his name now, for Dean, but whatever. All right. One of the things that you asked me to write down, Michael Cole, Raw rolls on after the commercial. Like, you hate this the way Raw is set up.
Every match there's going to be a break. Like, whoever's leading at that time of the match, like, is rolling. It'll be like, Sasha Banks is rolling here on Raw, and then it just cuts. Like,
right.
Why can't it just be like the old days when WCW used to always go like, "We'll be right back after this
what
break."
happened to "We'll be right back"?
Right.
Like,
or if the cameras are rolling, if anything happens, we'll let you know.
Raw rolls on, or whatever he says. Yeah, I get annoyed, and I get annoyed anytime anyone's thrown out of the ring.
The word
now.
roll is always used.
Yeah, my rolls.
Yeah.
But anytime anyone's thrown out of the ring at this point, I'm like, oh, fuck, here comes a fucking commercial. And when it's not, I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm going to stay and watch.
I think the one time last night he thought they were going to commercial because he did like a thing that he would normally throw it with, and then he just stayed and was dead air for a couple seconds, and he started talking again. So I think they changed.
Well, you and I were having a conversation with Dan today about how it's not Michael Cole that annoys, it's the...
For Dan.
Yeah.
That's for Dan.
Yeah.
I despise him.
You despise Michael Cole.
So I've never enjoyed
but
him.
Dan was saying that it's the way Raw is set up. It's not Michael Cole necessarily.
Yeah, when you grow up on a JR, you grow up on a Gorilla Monsoon and whatever. I'm not saying he's not told to do this stupid shit, but whatever. I'm going to say, fuck it. He annoys the hell out of me. I've never seen him make somebody seem important.
No, you're right. The moves don't. Yeah, and I hate that he calls 3 moves. Like, he knows Sling Blade. He knows the fuck out of Sling Blade. He'll call that in any match, even when it's not happening. It drives me crazy.
And it just, I don't know. Like, the whole way they're set up is, I don't like. I'm not gonna like Michael Cole. I don't care.
Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Dan tried to convince you today, and it didn't work.
It wasn't gonna work. I mean, they don't ever make a guy seem more important than he is, and that's the goal of the fucking announcer, to make somebody important to me that maybe even isn't. Tell you a little story, whatever. And to me, a part of it too now is, now, and the Fink's in bad health. The Fink also, I thought, made everything seem more important because he was
the way that they would announce them.
Yeah, but he made now these announcers. No offense to any of them, they don't bring anything special to the table, in my opinion.
JoJo's busy eating; she can't be bothered.
What do you think? What do you think? I saw she announced the match this week. Bray. I wonder when Bray's like sitting on the turnbuckle. He's like, I can't wait till this match is over. I'm gonna go
take her to the buffet and then take her home. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, you know what? I hope her dad is listening, and he knows which one of us is you.
It's the one with the beard. The one with the beard. He hates fat chicks.
I
was going to ask you.
Jose
I was going to ask you, and let's take an aside from wrestling for a minute because that's what we do. So you're on your dating apps or whatever. What would you do if it was an extremely beautiful, cute, but like really heavy chick?
No, not really. You're being so stupid because you're saying JoJo and she's not really heavy.
No, like really heavy. Like not what JB thinks is heavy, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't even know what that is anymore.
I don't know. I'm trying to like say here, like how.
What's really heavy?
Like, she walks. It's a blind date. She walks in. You go, mama.
I don't do blind dates, but are you like Nia Jax? Yeah, it's too big for me. I don't like that. Some guys do.
Okay, well, that's, I guess, what I was asking. Do you have... we all know you have an age limit of 22. You know what I mean? Because of the childbearing years and all that shit.
I mean, you got to have some attraction to them. So if I look at their body, some people might consider heavy, and I would still find attractive, but... It just all depends.
Well, because you've always been like a feelings and face kind of guy. You'll never talk about a woman's body out of respect for some reason. I never knew.
I think JoJo's fine. If somebody looked like JoJo,
yeah, no, I'm not saying
total
JoJo.
Package of JoJo.
I'm not saying
I'd be
JoJo.
fine with that.
I'm saying like
Gotta weigh
she's
the total
really
package.
good looking. She's got great face, great hair, but like she's just a really, really big girl.
I probably would just swipe left.
All right, well, that answers my question then. I wanted to see if
those sites are meant for just quick. Initial, reactions. I sent you a good picture earlier today of one of your fellow Lancaster brethren.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God.
That poor girl.
He sent me a monster.
She was not a monster. Well,
not like a beast, but like she was hideous.
Or something, yeah, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, it was really, really awful.
But I shouldn't feel bad for her. She has 2 kids. She's getting laid more than I am.
Okay, all right. Well, JLucky, you can't really add to the conversation, I guess, because... You're already dating a person who's monstrously fat, but really adorable. So it's.
Oh wow, he finds himself adorable. Never heard of a man describe himself as adorable.
Well, you have now, and you're going to continue to hear it. Add that to the list of catchphrases: fat and adorable. Another comment you wanted to, or another thing you wanted to comment on. Baron Corbin gets a win with a deep 6. Just a signature move, not even a finisher.
Right, I saw it kind of coming the way they were setting it up, but I was like, I guess. When they face lesser guys, they allow them to use, their lesser move. Unless they wanted to save, because he then hit Finn Balor with the End of Days. And they didn't want to have him do the End of Days
I like
twice.
It. I think people should stop winning on only finishers.
I agree. There should be some out of the blue, you hit him with a move you don't even normally do off the top rope.
And not just a fucking roll-up. It's finisher or roll-up. That's all that wins anymore.
Why can't, this guy never does anything off the top rope, and tonight he did, and that ends the match.
Right. Or you caught him off guard with a deep 6 or something. I mean, I don't know. I guess I get it because the finisher is supposed to end it, but I don't like when it's over before it's over. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when someone...
Yeah, but then I don't want them kicking out a finisher after finisher.
I guess there's no pleasing us, basically, is what we're saying.
No, I have no problem with... I'm just saying once in a while, I like the deep 6 one there. The deep 6 should be allowed to beat somebody that isn't a lesser booked person.
Yeah. I mean, at least now on Sunday when he hits the deep 6, they can be like, oh my God, Balor kicked out.
He always puts everybody away with that move.
He put away Tyler Breeze with that move on Monday. So I guess
poor Tyler Breeze.
I think the whole thing is there's no pleasing us. Yeah. By the way, I listened back to last week's episode, and this fucking banging sound, it drives me crazy. So I don't know what we're doing wrong, but this blah, 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 reverberation, I'm sorry to the listeners. If you're hearing it...
See, I don't have to worry about it. I don't listen.
Yeah. Yeah. This fuck took a vacation.
That's a good point.
Go ahead. No,
I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of the podcasts that got me through. I drove, it was it took 5 hours. Should only take 5 hours up, 4 hours, and 4.5 back. Something to wrestle with. I got through a lot of episodes I want to listen to. Hogan 87, I think Hogan 88 I got through. and our friends over at Saturdays with Chicken Duck got through some of their episodes as well. Always nice to listen to a podcast to get you through. I don't listen to our podcast because I don't enjoy listening to my own voice.
But couldn't you listen to us to see what you could improve on? Or do you just assume you're amazing?
I know I'm amazing.
Holy shit. Well,
I'm
you should definitely listen
amazing.
back. Let me tell you, you should
amazing.
listen back.
Hey, whatever happened to her?
Who? Naomi? Oh, yeah.
I actually like your song.
Yeah.
People just disappear.
They do.
Speaking of, Asuka's been off like 4 of the last 5 weeks.
She's got, and she's got nothing at
She's
Summerslam.
done.
She's done.
It's already done.
Yep. Is that
Undefeated to done.
Maybe she's getting a boob job like everybody.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
I don't think so.
Yep. That's what happens.
I
You
think
leave
she's
for a
just
few
done.
weeks, and then you come back with huge pontoons.
They're gonna have to come back with something to like remake her.
You think?
Like she's gonna have to get a couple wins again, and then.
Maybe Naomi's getting a bigger ass.
That's not possible.
Yeah, I think her ass is really good right now. I won't mess with it.
She does have a nice ass.
So if you don't see JLucky for a few weeks, you know what's happening.
Yeah, I'll give you a wink.
Yeah, just getting some pontoons.
Getting the
Or a
tunes
bigger
put in.
ass. No, you're not
I
getting...
thought I'd go for a tummy tuck, sorry.
Tunes.
She's getting... That's her surgery of choice, by the way, is tummy tuck.
Yeah, but while they're doing it, the guy's like, "Why don't I get you some tunes while you're at it?"
If he says, let me get you some tunes all around, and I'll be like,
Maybe he listens to the podcast.
is there another doctor?
Dude, that would be awesome. If, like, you're in for your consultation for your tummy tuck, and he's like, I also specialize in what we like to call around here pontoon augmentation. And you'd be like, do you happen to listen to it? And he'll be like,
An awful podcast.
and then he pulls a bag of pop chips out of his desk, and he's like, no?
Goobers.
Goobers.
Oh my gosh.
All right, moving on to
Kill for
SmackDown.
Goober.
This episode is serious. This is going to, we have to call this a supersized episode.
Kill
And
for-
not just because
there's-
we are...
Yeah, I was gonna say because JLucky's on it. But.
Well, yeah, there are 3 wrestling dorks, and there's like 600 pounds of
Wait,
flesh.
did you call me fat?
No, 3 people, supersized.
Supersized. Not because...
He
Well,
was.
you were talking about weight, and then he goes, well, it's because JLucky's here.
Well,
No, that's true. I mean,
so what do we have here? We have like 600 pounds of dorks at this table. That's pretty good.
I don't know about 600 pounds.
Are we 600
We're
pounds?
not.
No,
600
no, we're not
pounds.
600.
Yeah.
We're...
like 570.
I'm going to trust him because he's...
He's quicker at math.
Yeah. I'm going to sit here and put my tongue out and count on my fingers. So what happened on SmackDown this week, buddy? Unfortunately, I worked valet and I missed a big chunk of it. I did get to see Jeff Hardy at the end there.
I
Missed
missed that
part.
driving
He
over
beat
here.
Shelton Benjamin, and then Randy Orton was lurking in the shadows. As
That's what Randall Keith does now.
But Jeff Hardy hit the Twist of Fate and the Swanton on Shinsuke, which leads me to believe it's not going to happen on Sunday.
Speaking of this match, you really don't give a shit about it because it was the one match you forgot.
I forgot to write it down.
So
Yeah.
we shouldn't really talk about it. If we're going to talk about something, let's talk about the story going around the internet about Randy Orton and his dick.
Oh,
You hear
yeah.
about this?
I heard about it, but fill in the listeners for everybody who hasn't.
I haven't heard about this.
It's
Oh, there you go. Tell Jay Lucky about Randy Orton's dick, please.
It's something apparently where like,
Is he called the Viper?
no, I think he'll basically I guess his dick is out and he like touches it with his hand and he demands that you shake his hand.
He would go into when they would do writers' meetings.
And a
meetings.
bunch of the writers have come out and said, I never shook his hand. Like,
So he would, when there would be a writers' meeting, and they'd all be sitting around at a table, Randy Orton would walk in, and Randy Orton would walk in like this, and he'd have it out, and he'd have it in his hand, and he'd walk up to them and be like, "Shake my hand, I'm Randy Orton."
that's
While
ridiculous.
he's holding his thing in his hand.
That's sexual harassment.
That should be.
That's
honestly,
what people are
yeah.
saying. So all these writers that used to be, I didn't just have my thing out in my hand. by the way.
Whoa! Hulkamania.
Oh God, Sam found a girl on dating site with Hulkamania. Anyways, so apparently, yeah, Randy Orton would go around to all the different writers and say, "Shake my hand, I'm Randy Orton, nice to meet you," and then,
That's disgusting.
yeah, well, so anyways, that's what they're saying is that's a thing that he did, and people are like, should we?
I saw a bunch of people comment, different wrestlers too. You know, they all knew like that was like his thing for some reason.
It's a funny thing to be
No,
your
like
thing.
yeah, like that. Did you see it was it Mr. Kennedy? Ken Anderson said that they were in the locker room together the one time. He's like, Randy came out of the shower and he was like nude or whatever, and he just kept taking his like dick and his balls and dipping it into my boot, like to be a dick. He's
See,
like,
that's the funny thing is though. Sorry, I
and
didn't mean to
Mr.
cut you off.
Kennedy was just like, dude, nobody else is here to even see this that would find this funny. Like,
There are guys that find that's like a funny thing to do. Like, I mean, seriously.
yeah, maybe in like a big crowd of other guys, maybe. Not like usually one-on-one with another guy.
She's completely stumped.
There's
She's
a lot
like,
of guys that like take out their shit all the time.
Yeah.
Some of them just want you to like see it. That like excites them. But
the listeners can't see the stunned look on JLucky's face right now. She's seeing deep into the recesses of men.
I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
But yeah, so that's Randall Keith.
But yeah, that's the thing that guys do. Not us, because we're ashamed of our bodies, but certain men, they'd like to just whip it out and use it like a joke.
We don't. If I did that, I'd run the site at Wells Fargo right now.
That's all it takes. Just whipping it out.
I
like that I can just say it around.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't understand it.
You didn't know about wieners?
Yeah, no, you don't.
Not like I touch my vagina and then shake people's hands.
Oh, I bet you do.
That's got to be your thing.
You just don't tell people about it.
Yeah.
Girls don't just whip things out.
Well, they
like,
can't. Although JB likes that.
No, that's bullshit you guys made up one time about me liking when things roll out of their underpants. That's not a thing.
But no, I mean, it's a guy sort of explain.
It is a guy thing, yeah.
And not all guy thing.
But there's
I heard of like smacking asses in like the locker room kind of thing, but this is like.
I hate all this shit.
I hate all that stuff too.
Like,
but
there was this one guy on this bachelor party I was with, and he actually was a fun guy. I liked him. But, dude, he had his nuts out literally the entire trip almost. Like, we were at Secrets in, like, the Bay. His nuts are out. We were at a club the one night. He wanted to see how long he could keep his nuts out before somebody said something to him.
Nice.
So, like,
Yeah, there's always guys in their junk. It's just like a thing. Yeah. We had, like, a drunken night one time, and the one guy just, like, was, like, seriously as far away as I am from you, and he just started whacking off. Right, and we weren't even like drunk. Yeah, and we're all like, "All right, it's time to end this."
The show has reached a new low.
We all took off, but he was just like as if it was normal.
Was he in jail recently?
No, he has a wife and kids now. Like,
I feel like there's really something wrong with you guys.
No, it's not us. I mean, we're normal.
No,
look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're normal.
Normies.
I feel like you may have whipped it out a few times.
No. Oh my God.
No.
Never.
I was just saying, it's like not unheard of what Randy Orton's doing.
Right. It's not unheard of.
I mean,
I wasn't
fucking
shocked.
President of the United States walks around greeting women with 2 fingers.
That's true. Yeah. If he can do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why can't Randall Keith?
Being approved, but
why can't Randall Keith?
My God.
I think it's more that you're just shocked. You never grew up around boys. That's the problem.
Yeah,
is that you don't know like what guys do. We're stupid idiots sometimes.
Jeez.
Well, kids, do
you like violence?
Do you guys want to do the Summerslam preview, or should we go to like some of our little quick hit things that we want to do? How do you want to order this show this week? We have a very loose, for our new listeners.
We have a very loose. Is that how you're going to introduce JLucky?
No, we have a very loose format. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You said it, not me. We had very loose, and you like stopped yourself. I was like,
because I couldn't remember the word, because I stumble over words sometimes.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't be a wrestling play-by-play.
So let's talk about Jim the Anvil Neidhart real quick. Let's talk about this guy. He was obviously a legend, not a Hall of Famer yet, but maybe another legend passed recently at the age of 63, which is that's young. Well, that's younger than my dad. When somebody younger than my dad dies, I always like
it's old in terms of wrestling.
Yeah, it is. He made it a long time for wrestlers.
I mean, I was saying the other day, you figure between Owen, Pillman, and the British Bulldog, I'm talking all parts of the Hart Foundation, the faction they had later on. None of those guys saw their 40th birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy. So the Anvil was the oldest one,
and Brett's the only one left alive.
Yeah, but the Anvil, a lot of things about him. His laugh, his pointy beard.
That's what. Yeah, the laugh, the beard. I didn't know. I didn't know that he was this insanely great athlete. I didn't know that he had a scholarship to UCLA. He had all these records in shot put. He tried to play in the NFL. He had some tryouts.
It was a good tribute on Monday. I think you kind of brought it up. Would they have had such a big tribute if he wasn't Natty's?
I don't think so.
Father, probably not. But either way, circumstances the way they were, good tribute. Good way to remember him. So, and the fans cheered, so it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, everybody remembers. If you were, around our age, remembers Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yep. So, speaking of wrestlers who recently passed, if you are a Patreon supporter, you can catch our Vader episode, which is exclusive to Patreon members only. So, if you're sitting there looking under your iTunes feed, like, They keep talking about this awesome Vader episode they recorded. Well, you're not going to find it there. You're going to go to patreon.com, search Guerrilla Press.
Search Guerrilla Press?
Search Guerrilla Press, and it's Guerrilla with a G-U-E.
If you search Wrestling Dorks, does it come up?
No, sir.
It does not?
No.
Okay.
No, you got to do Guerrilla Press because the show, we had to put in what the show is named. So anyways, you'll find us on Patreon. Support us, and you get some additional content. Let's go to the mailbag. This is going to be the first of our new segment.
Not Randy's mailbag.
Yeah, not Randy's bag. This first question comes from Tim in Pennsylvania, which is one of our localities around here.
You mean the state we live in?
Yeah.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
One of our localities.
You guys are retards.
He wants to know.
Scrub that out. I felt bad for saying that. Mentally challenged.
Oh, now I got to go back and take out a word because you
Yeah,
can't handle yourself.
It flipped out. I don't like to say that word. But go ahead. Anyway.
He wants to know, what do we think is next for Roman Reigns after SummerSlam?
Well, he's going to hold the title till we're both dead.
That's going to be his thing. And he's going to kick out everybody's finisher.
Yeah, all at once, too. They're going to come down. 50 straight superstars get their finisher. Kicks out each one.
So seriously, let's pretend.
With next?
Let's pretend he wins the title on Sunday. And what would be the next logical feud for him? Obviously, it's got to be someone that somebody hates, right?
Well, unless he goes here.
Okay. Well then, okay. Well, then what do you think? I mean, I'm trying to think to myself, is it like who's the next top heel? I mean, seriously, after Brock, like who the fuck is top? Kevin Owens?
KO. If KO comes off of a strong performance against Braun, KO wins the briefcase.
Oh god, if KO wins the briefcase,
but he might cash in. And there's a lot. Like we didn't even talk about. There's dynamic there. I still think that could happen. We'll talk about it with our picks. I don't know. Who is there really that's on the... I mean,
they're building up Ziggler and McIntyre.
I was going to say, yeah, the Scottish psychopath could be the
next
in line
champion.
To be the...
Oh, God.
Well, he won't be the champion.
That
he
would be
get
arousing.
Destroyed by Roman in about 5 minutes.
What are you talking about? Have you seen the man? Have you
seen him? Have you seen Roman Reigns?
No.
And the machine behind him?
Yeah, but
it's full of steroids and he's 75.
You're talking Vince.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying there. So, to answer your question, Tim, we don't know what the next move for Roman Reigns is. But
you can speculate.
I would speculate.
What's your speculation?
I would say it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I mean, because really, if they do like a beatdown of Seth or something like that, Roman comes out to challenge. I don't know. Really, the day after SummerSlam, Roman could be standing there with a belt over his shoulder, and any fucker could walk through the curtain and challenge and be the next. Like, that's just how they did it. Think about that's what they did with AJ and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe just showed up, and now they hate each other. You know what I mean?
They have a history, though.
Yeah, but
in the Indies,
we're just told like this is now the next feud.
Yep.
That's just how it was.
I don't think he's going to hold the title long. I know Sam said forever, but I don't think he's going to hold it long.
You don't think
she
so?
thinks less than forever.
Less than forever. You're going less than forever? All right, take that bet.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's going to lose it before the next pay-per-view.
Braun has to, if Braun beats Kevin Owens, he's going to become champion.
I hope so. Why the hell else would...
I could see if KO beats him, cash in that night, maybe he becomes champion.
I totally think that could happen,
I'd love
too.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
So the next question from the mail... We got to come up with a better name than the mailbag.
The mailbag, yeah, no. I
don't
know.
Come up with something
now
like...
mailbag, I'm thinking of Randy Orton's mailbag.
Yeah.
Of course, she's got Randy Orton's nuts on her mind. Always.
All these wrestlers.
Always. All you ever talk about are Randy Orton's nuts.
Oh,
God. No, we don't. I was just explaining he's not the only human being that is like that.
Now I'm disgusted by you all.
Oh, so we're lumped in with Randy Orton's balls. Nice.
Our next question comes from George in the locality of New Jersey.
Nice. And what does George have to ask us, Sam?
His question is, why do we start this podcast?
Why did we start the podcast? Well, that's a good question. Why did we start it? Because we hated our job. That's a good like base answer.
We needed to do something creative that we enjoyed.
Yeah, creative outlet, honestly, is my thing. And plus, Sam and I we had Instant Messenger where we worked. We worked together. And we would talk about wrestling all day long as it was anyways.
Right.
And I can remember you talking about we should do a podcast because like our conversations would last forever. And I was always like, yeah, that's like...
You're like, I'm not going to be a wrestling dork.
Yeah. And then it's just like, when I looked it up and realized that it wasn't that difficult to start up a podcast...
Oh, it's not difficult at all.
It really isn't. I mean,
if we can do it,
well, there you go.
Any idiots
could. I mean, really,
so George,
it's more about sticking with it.
You're thinking about it. Go for it.
But
We'd
it is-
love to have you on the show.
Yeah, if you're asking why did we start it, it's because it was a good creative outlet, and it still is damn near 3 years later.
That's insane.
Almost. Not 3, but it's like over 2. You know what I mean? Like, we're going on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. All right, kids. Before we get to our picks, please don't forget to go onto Patreon and support us.
Money, please.
Money, please. Cha-ching. And whatever format you're listening to us on right now, please rate and review the episode that you're listening to. We need those ratings and reviews to make us seem legitimate.
Or just don't do it if you think we suck.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'd rather you just email me and tell me we suck than put a shitty review. If you want to, like, email us... Oh, that's another thing. Email us your questions, because we want to do the mailbag, which we'll think of a different name. We're going to call it...
What's our email again?
tappedouttgp@gmail.com.
That's ours?
Yep.
Tappedouttgp.
Yeah, because we are still part of the Tapped Out Network. We just don't get all the shows when you know what I mean. Which, speaking of that, you should listen to the Tapped Out podcast.
Right, I'm sure you probably have their main feed.
Yeah.
But in case you don't, it's Tapped Out.
Tapped Out, and also Pro Wrestling Personified. All these podcasts,
PWP.
the 3 of us together are the Tapped Out Podcast Network. If you want to email us questions, please jump in and do that, because we plan on reading a question or 2 every single week, because we want to hear what the fans are asking or what they want to know. And honestly, it's going to sound cheesy, but I'm really excited seeing, like, you know, the results of our podcast. Aren't you, Sam? Like, when I send you the numbers?
Yeah, I like to see.
It is exciting.
I like that people are listening. Obviously, they're only listening because they get some type of enjoyment or pastime.
Yeah.
With it, either way.
For me, it's seeing the growth, or at the very least, the base audience. We have our base, and we have not ever really lost that base. Do you know what I mean? We have a number that we'd never have gone below. 6.
10 million.
We have different ideas of what a good base is. And we know now with JLucky joining in every now and then that number is just going to shoot through the roof, because her nudes are going up soon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy
a real live woman for all you dorks out there.
That's true.
I'm here every week, even though sometimes I don't speak.
Sometimes she doesn't sit in,
she
but
might be snoring.
Yeah.
I might be.
But as Sam said, for those dorks out there that want to ask a real live woman a question.
Yeah, fire away.
You know, how do you unhook a bra with one hand? You know what I mean? Like, you want to know? Like, she's going to answer them for you. She's going to tell you. Look, wait, you don't even know how to do it, do you?
I don't unhook my own bra. Like, I don't unhook bras with one hand.
You probably could, though. Couldn't you just, like, reach back and just boing like that?
No, I never tried.
Boing. Is that the sound it makes?
That's the sound they make when they're...
that's not as exciting for me as
Yeah,
for
well,
you.
why would she need to do it with one hand?
At the end of the day, I just want my bra off.
Yeah. She's not going to sit there and
at the end of the day, I just want your bra off.
Like, oh my god, am I going to get it with one hand? Oh,
Yeah.
yay. It's like, take this freaking thing off, and I'm just going to... I'm done.
But you never tried it one-handed? You were never, like, on the phone and you're like, here we go, boing.
No. Why would I be on the... No.
The boing is really tiny.
No, yeah,
Well, you don't like when the pontoons go boing? Is that what you're saying? Am I making this any less sexy for you?
Yeah, pontoons, boing... reproductive organs, all...
That was you.
Yeah. Oh, that's me being you, though.
Oh, that's you being me?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week it was Sam's pickup line was, I see that you have childbearing years left in you. Let's replicate. No, what? Not replicate.
Replicate. Reproduce.
Reproduce. Not replicate.
Replicate would work. I guess
Kind of would work.
Oh, wow.
Well, my God. Do you realize we're already at 45 minutes and we haven't even made our picks?
Yeah, I know. It's getting late.
There's a question.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have answered it. They could have asked next week, like, JLucky, could you please, I mean, not could you please, could you, have you ever...
It's not that kind of podcast.
It's not that kind of podcast.
Maybe we'll just start pimping Jen out for followers.
No.
On YouTube.
No.
Yeah, YouTube videos. She said we wanted to do YouTube videos.
No, we're not doing that. We'll do as many word things as we can do.
Word things?
We'll do words.
Spoken word?
Yeah. But, ask questions to the dorks about wrestling, about life. Ask JLucky about her bra. Whatever you want to ask, fire away. Let's jump into the freaking picks. I got 13 matches in 6 hours. Do you think they can fit them all in?
Yes, and I don't know how long I'll be able to do it.
Are we
6+
watching Summerslam
hours?
together is the question.
I don't think so.
Okay, then. All right, JLucky, it's just going to be you and me here in the recording studio watching SummerSlam on Sunday. Are you ready for 6 hours of wrestling?
I'm ready.
Well, let's jump into it then. Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight title. Who do you have? Do you give a fuck?
I was going to say, who gives a fuck? I
haven't watched 205 Live in weeks.
205 Live. I really don't care.
I'm going Cedric Alexander because I at least know who he is.
I'm rooting Drew Gulak because he's from Philly.
All right, Sam.
Philly!
And we got, there's 2 J's now.
Yeah. JL.
Well, that's easy because we both picked Cedric. So next up, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. He could put him away with the deep six. Oh wait, I'm supposed to say Constable Corbin.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Who do you have, JLucky? You can pick.
Finn.
Oh, okay. And you want to go ahead and say why? Because of his tiny panties and his big smile. Is that what it is?
Twitter is all about his fucking
I know.
tights and his
I know.
fucking
They
dick.
love it. Yeah.
Twitter is just nonstop Finn Balor dick talk.
Yeah. You know, you're on the. Your name is JLucky.
I've never noticed his dick.
Oh my. That's it.
God.
I quit. I
We
quit.
can't have you on
I
this.
swear I
We
have
can't
not.
have you on this podcast if you're not going to be honest.
I'm
Okay?
not being honest. I've never looked
If you
at it.
can't tell the truth.
I can't get past his abs.
Oh my! Please, the eyes are already there. They're
Yeah.
inches away.
And then there's even. Don't touch me again.
His abs are amazing. And his thighs.
Wait. Oh.
I swear I've not looked.
You should work
You
for
handle
Donald
this.
Trump's cabinet.
You handle this.
But
Go ahead.
You look at his. Oh, I can't take my eyes off his abs or his thighs, but that
'Cause he
area
is
right
so
in there,
muscular.
that everything points to, that
He
leads
is
to, you're not
so
looking.
muscular.
I cannot
Yeah,
get behind
okay.
this statement.
No,
and look
yeah,
at his
look at
abs,
that,
and
yeah.
then what does she
His
do?
thighs.
She
jumps
unfocuses
over.
her eyes
Wait,
for a
I
second.
feel like you guys think, like, I don't look at dick size. Like, I'm never looking at everybody.
I'm telling
If
you
you're
what
walking
Twitter
by me,
talks
I'm
about.
not looking
Twitter
at your
talks
crotch.
about Finn Balor's tights.
I still can't believe she looks at his abs and his thighs and not.
I'm just not part of that.
You're not part of wrestling Twitter.
Twitter enough.
Unbelievable.
And
right.
then when you make the statement that you're looking at the part directly above his dick and directly below his
Because
dick,
he's so
or
muscular.
next to, he's not that muscular. He's defined, by the
No,
way.
he is very muscular.
I'd say he's defined.
No,
I wouldn't say he's that.
muscular. No, there's defined, and then there's like he is extremely muscular.
I would say like John Cena is extremely muscular, and Finn Balor
For
is
his
extremely
size,
defined.
he is extremely muscular.
He's
Like,
yeah, his size. Yes, exactly. He's tiny.
He's
So
a
how can he
chisel.
be
He's a
extremely
chiseled
muscular?
gentleman.
Yeah,
He is super muscular for
he's
his
not.
size.
Do you think he's like
He
5'4"?
has no fat on him at all. It's
He's
all
not
it's
short. I'll look up Finn Balor.
Yeah, Baron Corbin would tell you otherwise.
He's short.
He's probably like 5'10".
Oh.
Oh, now 5'10". That's not short.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
is short. He looks short compared to everybody else.
Well, he's next to Baron Corbin.
Yeah, the whole
Corbin.
feud-
But even before Baron
The whole
Corbin,
feud is
because
based on how
it's
small
not-
he
He's
is.
5'11", Finn Balor.
No, he's not.
See, I find that hard
That's
to
what he's
believe.
listed at.
I wouldn't.
Let's see what his real height
Yeah,
is.
I don't
He's still
believe-
probably on 5'10" if they list him at
There's
5'11".
no way.
Why do you think he's...
Because I've seen him when I saw him in person.
You think he's small because he is small. Because he's not... He's well-defined. But he's not, like, a huge jack dude. Like, he's not... Like, Rusev is way more muscular than Finn Balor. Yeah, these heights... Let's see here.
He's not super tall.
So, Sam, who do you got in this match?
Yeah, all these heights are probably...
Yeah.
I would say he's probably 5'10", 5'9".
Yeah, I would say he's definitely.
I wouldn't say he's like 5'4" or something like that.
No, he's not like a
Yeah.
little person or anything. He's not like me. He's probably more like an average man, and everybody else is just really tall.
Right. He's super... Now, this site says he's 5'9" and a half. So
Well, there you go.
But I would say he's so you're looking at his dick. It's okay to admit these things.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was just gonna say that. It's okay to admit
That bulge you can't miss.
he gets up on the apron and he leans on the back.
and in the fucking camera
just
it's
like-
all dick.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys have looked at his dick more than
I have
You
to.
clearly
There's
There's no option. It's there.
Honestly, I swear, I've never looked at it.
I cannot
And
believe
obviously,
this.
that you two have looked at it more than I have.
I can't help it. It's right in my face.
Yeah, he's got the
I feel like
tiniest.
you make it in your face.
Like he's got the tiniest shorts or whatever you want, or tights. I'm sorry, on the
Underpants.
roster. No, they're not underpants.
So Sam, who you got?
But in this matchup,
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
So all right. So Sam's going with Finn Balor's dick, and Jen's going with Finn Balor's dick. I'm going with Baron Constable Corbin.
I can't wait to look at his dick now.
Yeah,
I bet you can't. Jeez. Well,
And
trust
before
me.
all the haters come in, me saying Finn Balor again. Finn Balor is very well defined. He has muscles, but he's not like a super muscular guy, in my opinion.
That's gonna be the mailbox next week.
yeah, well,
Sam, how dare you say he's not muscular? Have you looked in the mirror lately? Although Sam started a big diet this week.
yeah, no more eating for me.
The big diet is no food.
Yep, the food. I got water and sunshine. If it don't come from the heavens, I don't do it.
Soon you'll be standing out there just putting your stuff out there for ladies to see.
No, I won't. I'm not Finn Balor.
Oh my god.
So they can look at my abs and my thighs?
Yeah. That's such bullshit. Abs and thighs. That'd be like, imagine if I told you I only look at her ribs and shoulders. Like,
collarbone.
I think, but girls don't listen.
But in this
Boobs
situation,
to you guys is definitely completely different than.
but they're throwing it at you. They're throwing it at you. This isn't like Brock Lesnar or something like that.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. We're not like saying you look at.
Saying it's six small.
No, I'm saying he's not wearing tights like Speedos that freaking.
Like his.
But there's other guys who wear Speedos.
Yeah, but they don't stand on the apron and
What
like.
about your love, Chris Jericho, and his underpants?
Well, his underpants are too small. Let's agree there.
Does he have a
He's
big
a middle-aged
penis?
man.
Have you looked at his penis?
I haven't looked at his
I've never
penis.
seen it because it's not like thrown in your face.
Right.
I don't know. It could be. Maybe he's hiding it. Who knows? But I'm telling you right now, Finn Balor dick gets a lot of talk on Twitter.
It does. I bet you who has Drew McIntyre though.
You think?
He's
Yeah.
probably awesome. In my dreams, it's probably huge.
I feel like he has now you're totally in love with him, and
He loves Drew McIntyre.
I do love Drew McIntyre. I think he's got it.
To be his love.
Well,
No.
we're like body type brothers, Samoa Joe and I. We're like, let's do it. All right. Next up is the Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens, and the stipulation is if KO wins, he gets the Money in the Bank briefcase. Who do you got?
Kevin Owens.
Me too.
Oh,
Me too. I'm sorry.
thought I was going with an upset there.
Lucky.
Who? I was trying to look up Finn Balor.
You know she can't do
Looking
multiple
up, now
things.
she's looking up Finn
I
Balor's
know,
dick.
but you know she can't look at his dick and answer the
Wait,
questions.
I am trying to.
Braun Strowman
Look,
versus Kevin Owens.
That's massive. This article says Finn Balor
Hold on.
has a massive bulge. But this is the picture. I don't see massive.
Well, you know what? This podcast is over, folks. Because don't ask JLucky any questions on this mailbag.
She doesn't know what it... Oh, my God.
Anyway, so Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens?
Sam and I both have Kevin Owens. Do you think Braun
Oh,
Strowman...
wrong.
Oh, okay.
We're going to lose, probably.
Yeah, we are.
So this is going to be a three-way punishment.
Yeah, the loser of this three thing has
I think the two losers.
Oh, you want the two? So
Only
there's
the
one
winners
winner.
in the spoils.
Okay. All right. You agree with that, JLucky? Only one winner. The two losers have to do whatever the punishment we come up with in the next week.
Oh, I have to do a punishment?
Oh, yeah. You're giving
You're making picks. You're looking at
getting
dicks.
punished.
Alright.
All right.
This next one, this was good.
You're
Rusev.
not hitting me with a chair.
How about
a tire iron?
How about a coup de grace off the couch?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome. Just destroy her rib cage. Just one of us just...
I feel like that's awful that you just said.
Rusev and Lana versus Andrade, Cien Almas, and Zelina
They had a
Vega.
nice little segment on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, what happened?
Just selling it a little bit more. Rusev looks good. He's really getting in shape. His traps are freaking throwing out of his shoulders. And Lana did
Wait, I was fine with you doing it until you went, ugh.
Oh, the O was for Lana coming up.
Oh, okay.
Lana did her thing. So I guess she's speaking English. She did the
Yeah.
crush, but then she spoke English.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with her, saying two Russian words. Rusev and Crush.
Yeah.
Really, that's it. Everything else can be
They
English.
did the whole, Lana #1 thing.
I was saying,
Aiden lost.
was I telling you last week? I don't feel like she's as hot as she used to be.
That's because you like the little skirt.
Yeah, I like when she was dressed up in the suits. I feel like not that she's plain.
Like
don't
in
don't
the-
be like JLucky doesn't think she's hot. But she was way hotter as the ravishing Russian announcer manager. Not because she.
You mean Ivan
You don't
Drago's wife?
You don't like her leotard.
I don't like her outfit. I don't like that she doesn't wear heels anymore. She wears flat wrestling boots.
I'm good with it.
It's downgraded her so
Although
much.
I do like Zelina Vega a lot too. I like a lot of them.
Yeah, you do like Zelina Vega.
And somehow
Her bitch face.
you're calling me out for being picky for not going with some, larger woman that I may not find attractive. Yeah, Zelina Vega's hot, but so is Lana.
She has bitch face.
Who's going to go over? I'm going to say Andrade, and I guess with the way they've been going, it will,
See, I'm going with Rufus and
I'm
Lana.
going to say in English cost Rusev and Lana.
That would make sense, and that's what Christopher picked. Your son picked the other day. So who do you
Her
have?
son, not my son.
Yeah, your son.
Yes, my son. I still think Rusev and Lana.
All right. Look at that. We picked together. How cute. We picked the couples match together.
Well, I picked them when I picked the other night.
Yep. All right. It was just announced at the end of Raw that we're going to have B Team versus Revival 1-on-1 for the tag team titles. Is this where B Team finally loses their winning streak? I'm going to make the first pick here. Okay. You don't get to make every first pick.
I was going to talk about what happened on Raw between them.
Oh, go ahead.
It was, although it was a fluky-ish victory, it was nice to see. It was booked as them being like smart.
Yeah.
Curtis Axel being smart, although it was the Shatter Machine that did the damage to Bray. Bray eating the pin and...
Well, that's because Matt Hardy. You read about him, right?
Well, I mean, is anything confirmed? We were talking about today in the email.
Well, they're saying that
his injuries.
His injury, I guess his spine is fusing to his pelvis or something like that.
He could be having, I don't know.
So he's got, that's why he always, walks strange and, can't bend over right, because apparently his spine, instead of it being, a joint, it's turning into, one bone, which is fucking crazy. So he's probably going to have to retire eventually, soon. But it's a sad day. But anyways.
It's a sad day.
Yes, it is. Who do you got there, JLucky? B Team and Revival? I'm going with B Team. I think they keep it up.
You're picking B Team. You hate the B Team. And that song is dreadful.
The song is fucking terrible. Should I look up the news? Should I find the old song a while?
Oh, God, that song.
We're going to make us sad again.
Makes them look like such...
What do you think, JLucky? You don't really have a dog in this fight.
Shite.
You never been a fan. I've never heard you talk about the B Team or the Revival, really. I mean, why don't you go ahead and pick the two stocky, short, hairy guys to win?
Come on. The B Team to win.
Oh.
She's going B Team.
She's going B Team.
My pick.
And you're going with them as well?
I'm going with the Revival.
Holy shit. You're out of your mind You really want to get a punishment.
No, Revival.
Okay.
That's the pick. Revival.
We're on the tag team still, so Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day.
That's right, you're in multiple pools.
Yeah, she's got all these pools going on.
No, but I'm trying to remember who I picked.
I'm sticking with Bludgeon Brothers, keeping the titles through SummerSlam and beyond.
I think that's who I picked. Did. Bludgeon Brothers, that's who I picked.
Sam?
Yeah, I'm going Bludgeon Brothers, even though there's, like Mr. Heyman said on Monday night, the Usos
are the future of this.
I mean, they've been around forever to say they're the future, but they have been the best fucking tag team over the last year.
Yeah, they need to get back
They need to be in the tag team picture nonstop.
One of the biggest matches of the night, honestly, and I'm so happy to see the IC title back up into prominence like this.
Rollins closed the show the other
Rollins
night.
Versus Ziggler.
Rollins.
You think Ambrose being there really evens things out?
I said that the other day before Ambrose even came back.
I just wrote Jem instead of Jen.
And I thought Ambrose was going to come back during SummerSlam, but he came back a little earlier. So yes.
You know I like when JLucky straightens her hair, and I like even better when Dolph Ziggler straightens his hair. So I'm going with the Z-Man, Dolph Ziggler, baby.
So am I.
Well, you're both wrong.
Well, yeah, his hair was gorgeous, wasn't it? He has really long blonde locks. I'm like, geez.
Like that, yeah. His promo I thought was really good too. One of the best he's delivered.
Wearing underpants with a big massive bulge. You two would be happy.
No,
he wears pants.
No, I would just look at his thighs and his abs. I wouldn't look at his junk. What's wrong with you, monster? All right, Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy. I gotta say, Shinsuke. I just feel like Jeff Hardy has no momentum going into this.
Shinsuke needs to win more than Jeff Hardy. Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Maybe Dastardly Deeds Orton.
I don't think they're going to let Jeff Hardy win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just feel like it doesn't make sense for Hardy to win it if he's going to go into a thing with Orton. But then again, he could have the title, and who knows? Sticking with Shinsuke. Rousey versus Bliss.
Yeah, unless Randall Keith attacks Shinsuke so Hardy can get the title, and then he goes, maybe that.
Yeah, it's possible.
But I'll still say Shinsuke.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going Rousey.
Rousey versus Bliss. You're going Rousey. You know, I looked at the odds, betting odds, and Rousey is the highest odds of any of these matches.
So she's the biggest favorite?
Yeah, biggest favorite. Wow. She's plus 600.
Wow, she's minus 600.
Yeah,
so that tells me that.
Plus, but yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to
So
win
Jen's
that.
going Rousey.
I didn't look at any of the betting odds. Sounds like somebody is doing a little cheating if you're listening on the podcast, looking at these betting odds that are usually highly predictive of what's going to happen. I've stopped looking because I don't want to be spoiled what happens or cheat on my podcast.
I got a notification or a headline said Rousey clear favorite in betting odds.
I didn't get a headline.
Do you go onto the Bleacher Report? No, you don't.
Maybe I do.
So they're leaning right now and pulling the trigger. I mean, that makes sense.
So now remember, we're saying win. So if Rousey wins by DQ and doesn't get the title, that still counts as a win.
A few days ago, I might have still picked Alexa, but now with most likely, I'm guessing Natty out. That again, even though I picked it for 3 straight pay-per-views, Natty turning on Rousey.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying that's going to happen, but they...
So yeah, Rousey. Well, you told me about the -600.
I don't want to go against, but I think it's going to be Rousey too. But I don't necessarily think that she wins the title. I'm sticking with that. I wish that was like a caveat we could throw in, but I don't think I think that Bliss gets herself disqualified, counted out, something because she just can't handle it. But what the fuck do I know? Becky versus Charlotte versus Carmella.
Becky.
Wow,
Love Becky.
She likes the fire.
I've loved Becky forever.
Yeah, you have. That's true.
It's her time. She's gonna get it. It's gonna be amazing.
I do like Carmella a lot. She's been doing great as a heel.
She really is.
She
a good
gets
heel.
fucking booed. That's what, and she's a fucking bitch. She's great at it. Her promo tonight, dude. She was running down. She's like, they were saying like, they were basically saying, I guess they pretty much actually said, you know, you're in the women's revolution. You're stuck as a diva, and she's like, you know what? I am a diva, and I'm proud of it.
That's awesome.
And she was like, you know, when you look like me. You know, you have my face. She's like, and she spun around. You have my body, and you guys are stuck looking like that. Basically, it was good. I was like, oh my god, she's such a bitch. She's
Is
so
that who
good
you're
at
picking
it.
then?
No,
To retain?
But
okay.
she's just been. I feel while she's less than stellar in the ring, she deserves the fucking role she has.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
it's just kind of the same with Alexa Bliss. Not amazing in the ring, but she cuts the best promos, and that's why they have the title.
I'm going to pick Becky Lynch.
Wowzers! I went with Charlotte.
Probably because you saw the odds online.
No. You're fucking liars. Miz versus Daniel Bryan. It finally comes to a
saying you
head.
didn't look at odds. You're saying you didn't look at dicks. Both lying.
And Sam said he wouldn't date a 400-pounder. I mean,
I'm going Miz.
Miz beats Daniel Bryan. He gets.
I'm going Miz as well.
I'm going Daniel Bryan.
I don't want this feud to end. I feel like why give us the Daniel Bryan victory?
Because they want to have happy moments. Like SummerSlam and WrestleMania are full of like happy moments.
This can't be the end of the feud. Agreed.
It might not be the end of the feud. Daniel Bryan could win, and then Miz like does the after-match attack, or anything could happen.
I'm going Miz.
It's tough because like we're picking just straight wins, so it doesn't necessarily mean title changes or anything like that. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I'm gonna. Oh boy, JLucky, what do you got?
Go on, AJ.
The face that runs the place, or the phenomenal one, or whatever the hell he is.
All that.
I'm going Joe because I love my boy Joe and I don't want to go against him. And this punishment can't be all that bad, right?
Well, if you lose, we'll make it that way.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going AJ. I can't see Vince.
Boy, I am
putting
fucked.
I can't see Vince putting the strap on Joe. I mean, maybe Joe wins by DQ, like you were saying. I doubt it, but
It'd be more like AJ winning
Joe's
by
fat.
DQ or something. Joe is fat.
and Vince doesn't like that.
They've had many fat champions in
Yeah,
their
but
day.
they've been big men, not.
Oh, now we're going to say, is he short too? Like,
I mean, no. I mean, he's
oh,
not.
you mean like he's a portly gentleman?
He's portly, and he's not like 6'5".
Gotcha. All right, how about the Universal Championship? Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
The main event, I believe.
Who do you got and why?
Well, of course you have Roman.
Of course, she wishes she had
I
Roman.
pick Roman every
wishes.
time in hopes that they finally take it away from
She
Brock
wishes
because
Roman-
he sucks.
She wishes Roman was wearing freaking Finn Balor's tights.
Yeah. We had this conversation before of which member of the Shield she thought was most attractive.
Yeah,
and I'm
we
pretty
did.
sure she picked Roman.
Yeah.
Of the Shield? No, you asked me out of everybody. And
Oh, out of everybody in the
Yeah,
world. And it was
whatever,
still...
Oh, out of like all the men in wrestling.
Oh, and it was still Roman.
Yeah, he's the first one that caught my eye.
Oh, my God.
But I like Dean.
Yeah, but not...
Because they're not alike at all.
Yeah,
I apparently don't have a type.
apparently.
Just saying.
Sam, are you picking Roman to win this? Like, as your logical pick because you think he's going to win?
No, I mean, I'm picking him because that's what they're booked to happen.
I'm also picking him because... This is not a I want you to win Roman pick. So when you're listening, don't be like, oh, John finally came around on
Mine
me.
was.
Oh, jeez. Well, go ahead.
Mine is I want Roman to win.
Mine, I set it up earlier. Roman wins. KO cashes in after winning the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have to see the sweaty walrus for a while.
All right, so now we're going to do like we did with our other picks. In case of a tie, since we have to have one winner, what time does the pay-per-view actually end and the logo comes up in the corner, the SummerSlam logo?
11:22.
All right.
What do you think, by the way, the Elias greatest song is going to happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Bobby Lashley comes out, I
Yeah,
assume.
some bullshit.
Yeah.
JLucky, time for SummerSlam starting at 5 p.m.
Why am I going second?
I'm going with 11:14. And now you have to pick.
11:07.
Ooh. All right, so that's our tiebreaker.
Closest without going over.
We're just saying closest. You can't. What, she can be like $1? Yeah. You can't. No, we'll just say closest. So you got a 7-minute window. I've got a 6-minute window, and then Sam's got everything after 11:22, which is crazy. And she's got everything before 11:07, so that could very easily happen as well.
Yeah, it could run fast. I was just scrolling through the one guy I follow on Twitter. He's got like 10,000 followers.
This is our longest episode by
Slice
far.
Wrestling is his account. He puts up like rumors basically, and probably some of the shit don't happen. But his latest one that he has up is report. Who knows where he gets this? If he's just making it up, but that basically says Vince McMahon may pull the plug and end Brock Roman early if he feels like the New York City crowd is hijacking the match.
That's true. We got to remember that this is the New York City crowd. They could really shit all over some of this stuff. So we'll see. So there's our picks for SummerSlam. Please don't forget to tune in next week. Don't forget to tunes in next week when we do a punishment. I don't even know. We're going to have to figure out a punishment. Maybe we'll put a poll out. No, but no one ever votes in the polls. I got to ask you, the listeners, this. I know that we have many listeners week in and week out. Why don't you interact with us? Please
or
do.
you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, I'm pretty much better than
We
them.
get some interaction, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we got some email questions this week, and we get some responses on our
like
Twitter.
when we put up our poll about, like, do you like ketchup or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. Do you have ketchup in your fridge? I think it was. But yeah, I want some interaction. So at the risk of sounding like I'm begging, please get on there and see what you can do to talk to us. Send us questions on our tappedouttgp@gmail.com. Sam, what are all the formats they can listen to us on? Do you have that memorized yet?
I believe you call up on your telephone, you hear it on the fax machine, AOL, I think has
That's all of them right there. If you're a subscriber on one of those three, you're
Don't you
set.
have AOL?
Shut the fuck up. Of course I have AOL, and my settings are apparently in date this week. So, JLucky, thank you for joining us this week. Hopefully we'll get some questions for the female side, from the female audience or from the male audience for a female. I kind of shudder to think what a dorky wrestling fan would ask a girl who's willing to answer
Probably
questions.
Ask her why she got to lie about Finn Balor.
Yeah, why do you have to lie about Finn Balor, and why do you use two hands to take your bra off? I think you should try one-handed bra removal sometime. I think you'd enjoy it.
I feel like you would enjoy it more than I would.
I enjoy it, but I'm just saying, you should try it on yourself sometime.
Why?
It's going to be fun. You're going to hear that boing sound. You're going to be
There's
good.
no freaking boing sound.
I've never heard a boing sound.
There's something wrong with you. I feel like you envision this.
That's what he hears in his head, though.
It's
Well,
like
yeah.
boing,
Yeah.
boing, boing. It's like a cartoon, like with his eyes bulging out.
It's very possible. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode.
Boing sound is something else.
And we will. That is definitely. That's the boing sound I was talking about. But we'll be putting up our punishment soon. And thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week on the Guerrilla Press.
Later.